let's take it to the streets. So our first real proper trailer for The Defenders has come out. It's not a teaser, it's not a clip, this is a good proper trailer for the thing. And having been someone who expressed fairly recently my points of being nervous about The Defenders, I had a lot riding on this thing. I needed this thing to reassure me that the fears that I have about this show aren't going to be realized, and that I was just being paranoid because I didn't like Iron Fist as much as I disliked it. So, you know, I needed this thing to reassure me, and it did. I'm feeling much better right now. Not everything is perfect. I'll just get this out of the way. Danny Rand is still kind of insufferable, but I'm getting a sense of his balance with the other characters, which is that they kind of look at him like, you're a dick. And he is a dick. And, you know, I like that Luke Cage just kind of takes the punches and he's like, what are you doing? And, you know, that Claire will yell at him, like, or at both of them, I suppose. But I like that he seems to be rubbing these other characters the wrong way, the same way he rubbed me the wrong way. I would like to think that the makers of the show will use that as an opportunity to grow Danny as a character, so that when he comes back in other shows, whether his own show gets another season or he shows up in Luke Cage or whatever, that he will be in a better place as a character than he was in his own show. That might be hoping too much, because this probably is more, you know, a bit like the Avengers. It's more about the team up and the enjoyment of seeing them together. And you don't do your big, you know, character changing things so much in that. But, you know, maybe they'll take advantage of that. We'll see. But even though Danny still kind of sucks, the way he appears to be playing off everybody else, I think he's going to make it much more palpable for me. So that is a very good thing. The other thing that I had concerns about was the villain, because, you know, the hand as they have shown up in these shows so far hasn't really worked for me. They worked kind of in the first season of Daredevil, insofar as that one ninja fight that he had one-on-one with that guy was awesome, but the Hand as an organization, it's just gotten weaker and weaker and weaker the more we found out about them. So I've been concerned about the villains, but I'm not now. Not because I'm suddenly reassured about the Hand, I'm not now because I saw Sigourney Weaver. Now, I love Sigourney Weaver anyway. She's one of my favorite actresses, seriously, ever. But just to see her presence and the sense of just commanding and danger that she just exudes, just standing there, just standing on the screen. You just look at her and go, oh crap. And that is what I need. She exudes the same kind of power that Vincent D'Onofrio did as the Kingpin. I get that. I mean, I expect a very different character, but I get that same sense of innate power off her. That is what I need. And so that was very reassuring on that front. As far as the rest of it goes, oh, you know what the other thing was? I was a little bit concerned about the action, because the action in Iron Fist was terrible. But we got some clips, you know, a bit of hallway fight that was much more reminiscent of Daredevil's action than it was of Iron Fist's action. So I saw that and I'm like, oh, the action looks good. Danny is gonna be tempered by these other characters. Sigourney Weaver is just exuding menace. Oh, I feel so much better now. I feel almost completely relieved. Does this mean this is now going to be perfect? Well, no, things could still go wrong, but my nerves and the things that I was worried about were almost all addressed by this trailer. I really like it, and I like that Jessica Jones is just being the smartass, the snarky smartass of the group. And that Luke Cage, if anyone's going to bring a sense of levity, seems like it's going to be him. And he's probably the right one to do that. We've got Stickback, and I always like Scott Glenn. The character use up to this point has been a little... I'm not entirely sure what to make of him, but I like him as a presence, as an actor. I always liked having him around. He's got such a great voice. So all of that is working for me. We're hinting that we're getting Elektra back, which... I'm not gonna say mixed feelings about, but I'm not necessarily pumped for that, because I wasn't in love with her in Daredevil Season 2. She wasn't bad, she wasn't horrible, but she definitely wasn't the highlight, and she didn't leave all that much of an impression on me. So, you know, maybe we'll get more from her. I'll be interested to see if they seem to bring her story to some sort of a natural close in this, or if that's just gonna lead into Daredevil Season 3. Well, I mean, lots of little things. We saw Misty Knight. Misty's back. Love Misty. the whole vibe of this thing, it had a nice energy. It's nice seeing the way, the little glimpses we get of how these characters are interacting. The chemistry seems to be pretty good between them. That's a big part of what makes these team ups work or fail. How do these characters work together? And the little glimpses we get so far, looking pretty good. So yeah, I'm feeling much better about this series on the back and on the virtues of this trailer. So Netflix, Marvel, well done. Seriously, good job. So those are my thoughts on the Defenders trailer. Have you seen it? What were your thoughts on it? Whatever they were, drop something down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check me out on Twitter at Council of Geeks. Give a listen to the Council of Geeks podcast and the Punch Like a Girl podcast, both available on separate feeds on iTunes and Stitcher. And until next time, this council is adjourned.